party started. Also, let me know if Maroni says anything.
Okay.
I'll take any chance I can get to troll Maroni. Now, if you experience reality breaking down, headaches, bleeding from the eyes, on my host, don't worry, it's normal.
This is what I was talking about, pizza. Be ready for anything.
Oh.
Like that. See, if I wanted to, I could just death from above and sword spam you like a fucking noob. But I have class. A bold move. Will it pay off? I see you. Do you see me?
Yeah, pizza is going to experience the boost.
Oh man.
That is the double challenge, by the way. It is one tap to everything, even a fully recharged and healed Devastator. If you find yourself not being particularly adept at stopping assault range, you might try replacing Artificer Armor with Furious Stomp.
Interesting.
Basically, you know how you sometimes manage to stomp me and then you get a hit off?
Yeah.
Even if I have Invulnerable, which every assault does, it'll be a 2-tap.
Okay. Alright. Oh.
Otherwise, peak assault play is always just going to be charges. Just charge, charge, charge. And so, over here. So, tell me about something you enjoy a little bit. Book, the hobby, anything.
I'm into military sci-fi. Trying to read Halo.
Oh, which one?
My first book was Halo: The Fall of Reach. Definitely enjoyed that one. That was like, I never used to like reading at all, but that was the book that definitely got me interested in reading as an actual hobby.
Definitely enjoyed The Fall of Reach. Did you read the 2 books that came after it?
That would be Halo First Strike and Halo Ghosts of Onyx by the same author, I believe.
There was also
I
a
have
book
those 2 as well.
in the,
Yep.
There was a book in the interim. Something. It's basically the story of the first Halo. Game. It's written by a different author, but it is part of the
Yeah, it was
books that came
basically
out.
just a retread of the first game. I do have that. It's on my shelf right now. I read it once and I kind of just can't really put my finger on it, but
It was a little weird.
I couldn't put my finger on it, but like I just didn't have any inclination to read it ever again. It just didn't have that same magic, I guess, that made me think, oh, this is such a great book.
It was a little weirder, that's for sure. But it was, because I played the games and I loved the story of it. And it was good in my way because I'd never seen a different perspective of the actual first game, like what actually happened after you rescued the Marines and where they went.
Yeah, those were definitely the highlights. Like, basically seeing what we didn't see in the first video game. Otherwise, everything else you honestly might as well just skip.
Give someone a fucking chapter list of what to read and tell them to forget the rest.
Yeah, because I mean, if you played the first game, then you really didn't need to read most of the content in that book. Aside from, like, you know, the perspective of the ODSTs and, like, the Covenant stuff.
Fucking introduced the Covenant having a fucking plasma Garon.
The plotline where that elite forms his rivalry with the Master Chief and he desperately keeps on trying to hunt him down throughout the entire book. That was pretty funny, I had to admit. It made for a fun time, even though Master Chief basically just one-shots him at the end. And the grunt. Oh, the grunt. That was in that book. Fantastic character. Wish we could see more of him.
Unfortunately, he probably died like a little bitch.
Yeah, he did.
Get ducked on. Spicy.
Hold up.
What's the hold up?
I thought I heard you coming one way, but then I didn't see him, like, okay, I miscalculated. The heck, you have 2 grenades?
This is my Grenadier kit.
Oh, I forgot that perk existed.
In favor of the armory, mastercrafted grenades. Stims.
Yeah, I was told.
You know,
I was told just to at least give him a fair chance because I always go grenades.
you'll progress to grenades sooner or later.
I'm like all over the place when it comes to my grenade tosses. Some of them are just truly horrid, where like I'm inadvertently aiming somewhere else completely when I mean to throw my grenade somewhere else. Which, that was pretty funny. And then other times I get double kills with my grenades. I remember this one Ring of Champions training match we had within the clan. And I tossed a grenade into our spawn point, the ones that our enemy was trying to capture, and somehow I killed 2 dudes. Somehow.
Grenades are just literally way too useful to pass up on.
Oh man, the freaking camera was so cramped. Barely could see anything.
Oh yeah.
Why did I run away? I pick up that equipment right there. Oh, okay. That surprised me.
What surprised you?
I even managed to get that because like I was pretty sure that like your body was like almost completely hidden, and I wasn't like 100% sure if that shot would actually hit.
I sort of shit didn't fucking think it did. And here we are.
Oh, oh. Ooh, almost 21% health.
The joys of the lag.
Nah, that's just me being inept. Well, actually, maybe a combination of the two. Because I put 2 las cannon shots into your body and I failed to capitalize on that.
So what does the score look like right now, guys?
8-6.
What? Your voice cut out.
The score is 6 to 8 in favor of Marcelin.
Oh! You're actually quite close. Wow.
Oh, oh! Damn, that was so close to 6% health. Alright, alright.
That's what 90% of being killed as a Devastator is going to be if you're half decent.
Oh! Surprisingly enough, I only got into Warhammer because I keep on reading on versus threads where people would repeatedly put Spartans from Halo up against Astartes, and it always just ends badly because there are a bunch of users that will argue in favor of the Astartes, saying, okay, these guys have better equipment, here are their feats from multiple books, and there's just no way not even the Master Chief could win. And when I keep on reading those threads, I'm thinking, this is a very interesting universe. I gotta read more about this. There's super soldiers, like freaking super soldiers that slap bullets out of the air. Like I read a passage where an Astartes actually did manage to backhand a bolt round out of the air, even though like his entire arm got blown off in the process.
It's not even like a fair comparison because Spartan is just a commando, whereas Astartes is this fucking shock trooper.
Not just that. Spartans are not even yet partly modified. God, Space Marine is completely modified. It's barely a human.
Yeah, definitely. The extra, like, I saw another passage that a user uploaded in that same versus thread, where it was like an excerpt of like the 19 different augmentations done to a Space Marine. and just wow, like
They have everything you can fucking imagine. Basically.
a second heart, a third lung, some other redundant organs that like do other shit. I'm thinking, the hell? Like I'm like a big fan of super soldiers in general. How have I not like heard of these guys?
And then that shit that spits out fucking
Acid, the
resin or
bitches
some
thing.
shit. Yeah, the one that saves you for up to.
Oh!
It's in the codex, you can find the full list.
So like, I was really curious about the Warhammer universe after reading those threads. So I'm thinking, you know what? I just got into reading books, so like, let me try buying a Warhammer book. So I tried like searching on Reddit saying, hey, what would you recommend for a beginner? And I bought the Space Wolf. I bought the Space Wolf omnibus because I heard that there was this one user that was making a case for it, saying that the main character Ragnar, he's just a regular dude chilling on one planet, and then he dies, and then he gets brought back again in order to become an Astartes, and like we see his perspective as this person who is being introduced to like this entire galaxy's worth of like threats and other things. What better parallel? It will be very fitting for like a new player or a new person being introduced to Warhammer to follow a character like that. So I decided to buy that, and that was basically my first Warhammer book.
One of the best books you can get, if you haven't already read it, for 40k, is the Cyphers Kane series.
I heard of it, yeah.
Be thankful you didn't get called and got the first Inquisitor book as a fucking recommendation.
What?
No, just be thankful. No, that's not even the worst one. Be thankful you didn't get trolled and recommended anything by CS Go-To.
Wait, so you find an Inquisitor that wants to fuck a
Gene Stealer thing.
Yeah, Gene Stealer. Not even that bad.
What?
You heard us exactly right.
Oh.
But no, the CS Go-To books are weird. It's like, he has a thing for the Eldar being tortured, and he does the Dawn of War books, and pretty much every Eldar character gets tortured in the end, because he has a thing for that, I guess. That was a headshot. And basically, a passage from the book is like, the Farseer was stabbed in the kidney. If they even have a kidney. It's like, what the fuck do you mean if they even have a kidney? Everything has a fucking kidney or equivalent.
Unless the POV, like, the only way that I wouldn't
that
cringe at reading that was if it was made clear that the point of view or the perspective of the character that's saying that is very just not very educated on biology or anatomy in general.
It's a space marine.
Oh, never
Eldar
mind.
Grav
Never
Tank
mind.
gets Eldar Grav Tank gets killed by tribals of sticks and stones who throw rocks into the exhaust. It's very stupid. Very, very poorly written.
I see. I have the Ultramarines omnibus following Uriel Ventress, and that was fantastic in my opinion. Like, I would say, I would really like to reread all three of them in the near future. Book 1, we see a Catan Shard as like the final climactic battle. Then book 2, the Ultramarines pair up with like some Imperial Guards and one of their successor chapters in order to like fend off a Tyranid invasion. And then book 3, which is my favorite, we get introduced to Han Su, the Iron Warrior, and he is a fantastic villain. I gotta read more on him.
He has an entire series dedicated to him. So.
Oh yeah, I gotta buy that, but I gotta wait until like the actual paperback.
Got stuck into him.
comes back in stock?
The size of the Emperor series, except for the last book, is pretty good. The last book is something stupid, like the size of the Emperor chapter has a gene stealer infestation and thus needs to be purged and replaced with Primaris Marines.
What?
Yeah. But the rest of the series is how a chapter of Space Marines that was founded as part of Big Boy Gilliman's dark secret and treachery towards the Imperium was being wiped out by Tyranid invasion because of Big Boy Gilliman fucking around with alien technology during the heresy. And they're fully wiped out by Tyranids. There's like 15 power armored Marines left of the entire chapter. A full 2 suits of Terminator armor, and that's literally all they have.
Anyways, I'll go and smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Did you also see my charge just kind of bounce off me?
I saw you blitzing across my screen. That's what I saw. Oh.
So I have a thing for reading, as any good man should have a thing for reading. And I know you enjoy Warhammer, so go on about that. What's the deal? What's the skinny, my friend?
What's what?
The skinny, the deal, the fucking story, the writing, the book, the novel, the magnum opus creation.
I managed to get 1,100 words this morning. So I'm basically writing the climax of book 2 in the upcoming trilogy that I'm planning on releasing. Oh, what?
Double shot.
So like things are progressing. I'm definitely gonna be adding a bunch more content in self-editing because I have a suspicion that I'm suffering from white room syndrome, where I don't add enough. I don't ground the reader with enough description. So my characters might as well just be doing their thing in a white room.
Yeah, the only problem with that is like then you go into the problem of I know definitely
the opposite end where like it's too much exposition.
And the problem I think it's pretty much every Stephen King book as a book.
Oh. Well, all right then.
Let's game 1 out of the way.
Yeah.
You did pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you. Still working on my abilities against assault.
Ready? I will join on you, seeing as now you're host of that lobby.
Yeah. All right. Because what I used to do was that I relied too much on just the las cannon alone. So I was basically attempting to like land shots at an assault with just las cannon only. Whereas when as opposed to now, where I'm basically like I rely on switching over to the bolt pistol to try to like finish you off, and I've gotten, I would say that if I was still just las cannon only, I would not have gotten the score I got. Definitely not.
Just means you've improved.
Yeah. Alright then, let me just make sure the game parameters are correct. So same map.
Just his settings should be what they are. I left them as they are. I didn't fuck with you.
Alright, just to double check. Game type, Annihilation, Manufactorium. Respawn time 2 seconds. Time limit unlimited. Kill limit 20. Everything seems alright. Alright then. Alright, I'm gonna start it.
This thing?
Yep.
So what's the premise of your story?
Originally in book 1, we follow a SWAT operative who basically, him and his entire squad get bodied by the super soldier that they encounter. And then the main character decides to investigate this further because due to the fact that he wants revenge against this super soldier that attacked him. And this basically transforms into an adventure that he goes on in order to hunt down an entire terrorist organization that's planning on manufacturing these super soldiers on a mass scale, basically.
Where'd the terrorist organization get that kind of funding?
Yeah, they do. Right now they don't have a big army yet. There's literally just like, there was just the original 20 members and that's it. Maybe some regular human staff working, some underground like built hideouts and stuff like that, but like they're not that big yet.
Yeah, where'd they get the money?
So that's one part of the backstory that hasn't been quite fleshed out yet. We do see that one method that they do have in order to gain money is that they have some big influential figures, like some company CEOs and stuff like that are like in their pocket. Whereas whether that's through like underhanded deals or just straight up
just
blackmail.
a bunch of money laundering kind of thing.
Basically, yeah. I definitely would like to go into more detail with that kind of backstory in future books, because basically in book 1 I was deliberately a little bit light with that kind of stuff, because when you're writing, you only have to avoid info dumping, you only need to like present the information as it is relevant. So I wouldn't want to.
You got the main character investigating it. That's probably the easiest way to start explaining.
Yeah, definitely. Though to call my main character an investigator is a bit
rich.
Oh, what the heck? That was so weird because your character died in between shots, which
Nothing unusual.
oh. Oh. I didn't expect that to one-shot you.
That's because the respawn time is 2 seconds instead of 5. Which it probably shouldn't be, but...
Oh. Right.
See, I've always done a bit of writing, mainly for tabletop role-playing games, because I'm forever the GM. So all my stuff is for a fantasy setting.
Alright. Alright, that's good to hear.
Lots of shiny knights. Something like that. See, the first proper story that I was ever introduced to was Lord of the Rings.
Right.
And The Hobbit. And I mean, you can't go wrong with those.
Oh.
You watch a channel called Terrible Writing Advice?
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
It's a fucking great channel.
Love his content.
It's
I
a
really
great
just
channel.
love how, even though he's deliberately giving you terrible writing advice, the way that he
You get
frames
the
it
idea.
and presents it in his video. He like you can actually learn something from it. Like this is like not just in the way that it's like how to not write, but basically like he even
Instead of a how-to, it's a how not to with a little bit of to.
yeah, basically. That's what I like about it. That's a very interesting twist that he has on his videos, and I think that's definitely pretty unique content as far as like stuff that appeals to writers, or upcoming writers, I mean.
Well, there's the running gag, which is definitely an interesting little note for more eagle-eyed viewers. That if you're trying to write humour, a running gag, as long as it's good, is pretty helpful.
Yep. Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of what two last cannon shots does to a man.
I must
Give
have
this
missed a hit
Marine a
marker
break.
on the second shot, so I honestly wasn't confident I hit you the second time. So that, but when I...
Oh, I am back, guys.
Okay.
Hey there.
Oh.
Woo!
Son of
Who
a
are you still
bitch.
playing?
Yeah. Artificer Armor
Yeah, this is the second
is
game now.
and has always been the bane of everyone's existence. It is a crutch that you will hopefully one day grow out of having to use.
Orion
What crutch is that?
Peter's host, yeah.
Oh,
10-9 was
Right.
final score on the first game.
okay. Wait, you guys have played with timer?
No, we're not playing with a timer. Why the fuck would we play with a timer? In what world were we ever going to play with a timer?
Yeah, because 10-9, wasn't it until 20?
Oh, don't you
I
mean
guess
like
so.
20 to 9?
Alright, whatever.
You probably must have misspoke there. So yeah, Marcelin won the first game. Oh, what the?
Yeah, 20 to 9, that's actually not bad. For you, pizza. I am coming to perspective.
The guy didn't have,
Oh,
what's
what
it
the heck?
called?
Oh, no, that's just
charge.
you. Because you joined in. Oh, I see.
Yep.
That's not what I want to do.
Oh my, I forgot you had 2 grenades.
Hit him with 2 Mastercraft lines.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nah, cause like the first blind grenade, it went wide and missed. I'm like, oh, okay, it missed. But then he throws another one right at me. I'm like, oh no.
you do the second jump you pull, they still can pull that one off. I hate that jump.
Pathetic.
Woo! Man. Bro, we were like dancing for at least 15 seconds right there.
The fight's gonna last way longer than that.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you. Joe recommended me to me once to try using stims over grenades.
Good call.
No, it isn't. It's an absolutely dog shit call.
Unless, of course, stims are looked down upon by the general community, and maybe I probably shouldn't stick with
It's not a
these.
case of looked down upon. It's a case of stims are literally just not as good. The only time a stim should ever be used is if you have Laraman's blessing on tactical worry. Otherwise,
because
you're
that's
just
when it can be
you're
maximized,
cucking
right?
yourself. Otherwise you're just cucking yourself. You're giving yourself a useless tool slot.
Doesn't
see.
basically Steam.
I mean,
Stim-
so hang on. Stim doesn't save you from anything. There is nothing that will one-shot you that a stim will save you from.
Yeah, but can't you use it to attack basically because it gives you a bit of a.
It gives you a
Yeah.
stop. If you really want to fucking stop someone, take Furious Stomp, which is 1,000 times better.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
You know, I'd show you right now, but this is like a really important duel, so there isn't really time to fuck around.
Yeah.
I see you there. You gonna do anything about me? If only you had a grenade and you could actually hit me while I'm here.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I see exactly what you're doing.
You want to turn that corner? Go ahead, try it. Yeah, you know
if
what's
I go
gonna
on the
happen.
open, I'm gonna be at a big disadvantage, so... If this was me like 2 months ago, then I would have ran straight in.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
I would run straight in right now. You can and will be able to push as Devastator. You have so much more armor than everyone. And if you learn how to use melee, you can and will win melees.
I see.
If you want to learn how to melee as anything, or indeed do anything specifically that goes outside the norm, I'd talk to Sindri personally.
Alright.
Anything that goes outside the realm, yeah, definitely.
Man runs blast off on a fucking chain axe.
Or no skill at all.
No, because the chain axe is bugged. It floats. It means blast off is like half the time useless. Yet he pulls it off. I don't know what the fuck he does.
Probably he himself doesn't either, he just does it. I mean, that's what I noticed. Once you get your glitches that down to a level where you don't have to really think about it, you don't really think about what you're doing.
I'm not at that point yet,
Sure.
which I'm working towards.
Yeah. So once you forget what you are doing, actually, that means, yeah. Sometimes you just forget the activation sequence for stuff when you are explaining it to someone, and you know how to do it, and you can pull it off flawlessly, but
I don't
Yeah.
forget. What you on about?
I forgot all the time.
You just suck.
Maybe. I mean, I don't really think about it when I'm using it. So when I have to explain it to someone, maybe I explain it the wrong way around.
Oh!
You know? Like with pizza, I fucking try to explain him how to do the cancel charges, and I forgot to tell him that he should let go of V. Of W.
Oh, what? W. See, I never made that mistake.
Yeah, but since I don't really use that kind of charge, you know, I use the straight cancel where you don't have to let go of it, because you continue to run.
That's not as good.
Yeah, true, but find it easier.
Listen, mate, listen. I gave myself carpal tunnel to serve the Storm Heralds. The least you can do is learn to use the fucking other one properly.
I know how to use it, but I just don't use it that often. It depends on what I am doing. For movement, I will use straight because it's much faster to activate. It's easier for me. For attacking and close combat, I am using a different one again. Like I'm switching up all the time.
What the heck?
I was about to ask the same thing.
I accidentally pressed the chat key. I was like, what the hell? Why's my dude still? Oh man! 35% health. Alright.
Bet you wish you had a grenade you could have thrown at your feet there.
Alright, let's see here.
See, when you know a Devastator has a grenade, trying to attack him becomes a case of trying to bait out the grenade.
Ah, yeah, get him to waste it too. Alright.
Because if you take that grenade's damage, you're never gonna win. Same goes for Furious Stomp, except Furious Stomp doesn't have a fucking limit. That's why I love it.
Woo!
See? What did I tell you?
Yeah, I wasn't... Like, I have all 6 loadout slots unlocked, so I decided to use the last one I wasn't using to basically just do another Devastator loadout, but, like, have one where it's a grenade and the other one where it's stim, because, like, I am open to, like, trying new things, so I decided to try stims just because, you know, I've never tried them before. Oh! Alright.
Man, I got fucking drilled once upon a time how to fight a Devastator by the big man Sindri himself. So, testament to my rust and pure skill that scores everything out.
Those two hip fire shots were solid. Everything after that went downhill.
Wonder how it goes. Do you feel the power and control you have with that grenade in your hands?
Whoa, what? How the heck did that happen?
Lag?
Oh man. Alright. Whoa, what?
That's the Blue Moon lucky headshot.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten a few of those before. Especially, definitely when every single time I wasn't expecting it.
It's not surprising.
27 health, alright.
Not even the big man Maximus would would get those often.
Who gets those often?
Not even our Maximus. General Maximus. If you don't know who he is, good. It's probably a good thing. But pretty controversial figure, but he's basically just...
What? Dude, I literally thought you were in this corner, so I throw him a grenade there, did not see you, and then you come behind me.
You have that effect on people.
Oh man. Alright. Oh man. Okay,
Having a good time.
I am at least seeing some weaknesses in my playstyle, because at that last kill, I could have thrown the grenade at my feet and done more damage. I could have done that, but I didn't, because like I have this conservative mindset where, you know, I gotta save this grenade for later when I quote unquote need it, even though when the time when I did need it was that time. So yeah.
That is, that's the stim mindset.
Oh.
As it stands, if I put Killing Blow on the Thunderhammer, I think this would go quite amusingly.
okay, you know what? I definitely need to stop being stingy with my resources and just use them when the and just use them as soon as possible. Because at that time when I killed you, you dropped a grenade pickup, so I'm thinking, well, I mean, I got my grenade back, so you know.
You always gotta like just use everything. In this game, you die and you respawn so quickly. Just use everything as quick as you can. Don't kid. Spray that fucking Hail Mary shot at a fleeing enemy you can barely see.
Yeah, I've managed to set up my stuff.
We're almost done.
Yeah, I saw. I'm in game, but
5 more kills at most.
Oh man!
nice. Well, sad to say, Pizza, but you have to fight some guys that are way weaker than you.
Oh.
GG's.
That was a good game.
GG's, guys.
I still enjoyed my time, and I had this recorded too, so I can just look back and take notes on like what I need to improve on.
Nice.
Don't worry about the first game, that's just me being host.
By the way, how was that?
How was that?
Yeah.
I did my absolute best. I see that there is some stuff that I could still brush up upon.
Okay, okay.
I personally felt like it wasn't a complete stomp, so I didn't just.
He's asking me how the lag was.
Oh, all the lag. Okay.
Yes.
During the first game when Marcelin was hosting, I saw some ridiculous shit on my screen. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
That's how I feel every time I play this game.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, please say that you are staying, Pizza. I am just starting the Necromunda stream. I would appreciate it if you
yeah,
were
I
here.
will stay.
Okay.
I would say that I'm not gonna be having dinner until another 2.5 hours ish, and then once that time arrives, I'll have dinner, and then I gotta attend like some kind of call later. And then after that call, I'm basically just gonna do some solo training, and then boom, the day's over for me.
Okay, cool, cool. By the way, I am just starting off the game. Second.
Alright then.
I need to start off some other stuff as well. Discord back online, PC back online, Razer back online.
I think I could also benefit
Okay.
from practicing like doing that double hop, especially during close encounters with an assault. Like, cause like I remember when you showed me that clip when you were facing off against somebody else, and you performed the double hop and you basically juked the guy, and then you ended up killing him. Yeah, I gotta learn how to actually do that consistently.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So
by
far,
the way,
my solo sessions have mostly just been me like running laps, using double hop until like it feels familiar. So I think maybe the next step would be for me to like actually consciously try using it during like an actual combat encounter, like when we're up close and like when an assault basically is like, you know, on me. Yeah, I think that's the next step right there. Anyways, I'm gonna stop the recording.